Welcome back, MTG Joe here, and I want to cast some Ruinous Ultimatums on some people. So I wanted to play around the card of Ruinous Ultimatum. It's basically a one-sided planar cleansing, blow up the world. So the way I'm trying to do this is in a Mardu black, red, white shell. It's a control shell. We are playing Yorion. It's too much value to not play it right now. If we're going to be exploring decks that could potentially be competitive, we want to make sure they're optimized in the best way possible. With so many enter the battlefield style effects, it's good to get that added bonus off Yorion. So we played like an Abzan variant the other day. This is a Mardu version. So similar concepts. You have your shell and being black-white. You have Birth of Meletis, Othakaya, Elspeth Conquers Death. Ways to get a advantage in terms of lands. Ways to deal damage and removal, recursion. You're also playing Omen of the Forge, and that can be used as removal or just burn damage. You have Golden Egg, which can be used as card draw and life gain. Also in a pinch can be used mana fixing. We have 5 Wraths in Deafening Clarion and Kaya's Wrath. And then we are playing a Fires build for value. And then we have a number of Planeswalkers in the deck. We have Kaya, Orzhov, Usurper. Very good against like the Lurrus creature decks. You can exile small creatures, gain life, and then with all the escaping, there's ways to use its ultimate as a win con. Karn, the Great Creator, we have a Karn board in the sideboard, so certain artifacts we can fetch that are situationally good. So I'll highlight those when we go to the sideboard. It also turns off like Oven, stuff like that. 1 Liliana, 2 Chandras for the emblem and removal, and Ugin for card advantage. And then we're playing 4 Yidaro, Godzilla Doom Inevitables. Cycling early can give us card advantage, and then late game it's a pretty fast clock. We're also playing 3 Kroxas as early disruption, as well as a way to get a big body late game when we kind of pass through our stuff. Normally this would be kind of a shell that I'd play Doom Foretold in, but with so many kind of these Yorion decks playing incidental enchantments and stuff like that, Doom Foretold doesn't become as good. As well as the other side of the meta is counterspell based decks, which Doom Foretold has a worse matchup against. You really want to be seeing creature decks, stuff like that, to take advantage of. In terms of the mana base, a bunch of duels, got some castles, some tri-land, some fabled passages, a whole jazz like that. Sideboard wise, so we can fetch Cage, Soul Guide Lantern if needed. We got a Spyglass, a Meteor Golem as removal, and a Stonecoil Serpent. And then rounding up the sideboard, we have some Devout Decrees versus like red-black matchups, Agonizing Remorse versus kind of the Control or Yorion Mirrors. We have Despark as well, which can be used for the bigger stuff, and then a couple Cries just to round up our sideboard. So we'll play it out, test some games out. I've played this deck resounding 1 time. In which I drew all 3 Kroxas in my opener and then never hit a black source. So we're going to be playing the unranked ladder right now as we test out the deck, similar to yesterday. And then as we make through the changes, we can then later take it to ranked if we feel it is reasonable. I'm hoping that we're not going to run into a surge of like Teamer Flash, Teamer Wreck decks. I'd much rather be playing against creature decks. If I see Lurrus, I'm happy. If I see a Bosch, I'm happy. Okay, well, we're playing the Boogeyman of the format. So against Yorion, this Kaya's Wrath's pretty bad, so I'm going to mulligan. Okay, we'll keep this hand. Going to put back the Conquer's Death, I think. We're a ways away. And we have a number of ways to cycle through our deck here. So Kaya's Wrath isn't really good against the deck until like late game. We're a ways away from the Ruinous Ultimatum. Here I have 2 card draw spells and a discard effect. Okay, so this is the Grixis version that Kroxa has been playing recently. I'm going to go Yidaro because I want to make sure I hit a land. So in this one, they do play smaller creatures. So they'll play Fibblethip and Burglar Rat, stuff like that. And then they go into Agent still. Okay, so in this matchup, I I might just get rid of Kroxa here. Do you want a white source? Yikes. Perfect. So I'm going to hold off on Karn until I have the mana to get Cage. With Cage, it'll shut off Luca's ability to go fetch. And then Grixis won't be able to remove it.
The focused and disciplined and keep an open mind.
Okay, I have Nicol Bolas. I think right now I'm going to take Narset off the battlefield. It's a more prevalent threat. Just giving them card advantage. So untapped land would be very good here. I think we just get rid of the Oath here. Okay, since we drew the second one. Actually, I think we name Nicol Bolas. We're also another white source away from casting Yorion. So they probably go Bolas here, down tick on Karn. They could Luca this turn. Missing the line drop there hurts. Yeah, so they're gonna get Agent this turn.
They call me a piranha because they feed on strength.
Probably steal.
In battle, one must be willing to adapt.
Then they just Yorion blink as well, which is kind of annoying. If that was them, I'd just take my white source. Sure.
Allow me to listen to a friend of mine.
We have another agent in hand. Just getting that down now. I could, like, getting another Karn at this point doesn't really make much difference. Just want to take what wins them the game. I think we're good. We missed lines too many turns there. Bring those in. Keep all those. The Spark's also good in this matchup. Fires they can't take off the battlefield. I'm going to get rid of the Kaya's Wrath. Or no, I keep the Kaya's Wrath, get rid of the Clarions. Kroxa's fine. Omen's not that good. This matchup, they are an agent deck, so I don't want to really have too much of a top end that they can kill. So let's just get rid of this. I think we probably just win like the attrition base, blow up their board afterwards, and then win through Yidaro's. This is kind of the problem with brewing right now, is everything you brew ends up getting stolen. Had we hit the land on curve there, we would have been able to Karn and search that previous turn. Would have allowed us to get the cage, so they couldn't Luca. Let's hope the mana's better this game. At least we know which version we're up against. So the other deck I was considering for today was Cavalcade Red, just the complete opposite. Try to kill him as fast as possible. Okay, this hand's good. We'll keep. So I have some extra Trinomes here just as additional duels, but late game you can cycle them. Let's go probably... Golden Egg first. I have my next line drops. Can start eating away at their hand with Kroxas. Fenlurker. I don't need 2 Kroxas. The Exile's a little annoying. Drawn too many lands now. There was a point where we could have kept the Trinome in hand in case we flooded. I'm probably just going to wipe the board here. Yeah. Or let's wait one more turn. Should have played the Blood Crypt. So if I keep them off the creatures right now, then they can't Luca, so we'll wait to see if they have like one more turn. Okay, got rid of Nico Bolas. It's pretty impactful card. So I have Fabled Passage, I can get the Birth of Meletis and this Golden Egg into the graveyard. So we need 2 more cards to escape. Well, actually with Kaya's Wrath as well. Okay, that's fine. So that actually works out well that we held that one turn. Okay, hold up. Double Steam Vents. It could be Disdainful Stroke. Mystical Dispute's not really something you'd be playing. Yikes. Last game we didn't draw any lands, this game just all the lands. Come on, opponent. Okay. Let's go second red source. Okay, Omen makes sense. So I can get Fabled Passage. I need 1 more card in the graveyard. Or actually, I can do this as well. So I can Kroxa next turn. Fabled Passage. So with Golden Egg, you can sacrifice it to add 1 mana of any color. So I think we just get Kroxa going.
Just the trick for this.
Jeez. Enough with the lands. Let's get another red source. This is why I kind of like Kroxa in this build. As you interact, then you just get stuff in your graveyard and you can get it back. They probably have removal here. This is a little suspect if they do have... Okay, so they got Bolus. Bolus can kill this. And they drew their fires.
Gods once, I am one again.
So being a non-blue variant, we lose card advantage, engines, draw. Okay, so kill this Bolus. Next turn I can Yorion and kill another walker. What are they doing? You have fires out, you can't play anything.
My revenge will be painful.
5% chance of Ruinous Ultimatum. Even just casting like Yidaro would be good. Yeah, I don't think... Karn can go fetch Meteor Golem. Blow up the Shark Typhoon. Ugin can blow up Shark Typhoon. Second fires doesn't really do much here. Okay, that's not bad. Gives me something to do this turn at least. This opponent, what are you reacting to? Omen of the Sea? You have another Sharknado in hand? So I'm just gonna go Yorion, Blink the Oath, hit Narset here. I'm gonna hold the land. Pretend like we have something.
I shall miss your company.
If they have a discard effect, then I can discard it anyways. At this point, I just want to try to get more things in the graveyard for Kroxa. Okay, so then playing out the second one is good if they have, if we draw Ruinous. Ruinous Ultimatum would be so good right now. This is whenever you cast, not when it enters. This Oath should, Omen should find them something. Top, bottom. How about another land? Yeah. I'm done with this. Let's fire up one more, see how it goes. Like, we do have card draw in the deck, just not seeing either versions. And in like that game, we're not dead the next turn, but they kept something on top. It's likely a card advantage spell or a kill spell. And then with Sharknado out, it's pretty redundant that we lost. Sounds probably fine. Karuga, so this can either be Karuga Flash, which is the new Teamer Flash deck, or it can be Fires. I'm gonna keep this now and hope it's fires. Okay, so it's fires. That's fine. I'm gonna hold the Triome to cycle later. So I'm not showing red yet. I want them to Teferi down tick here if they have one. Did they just miss a land? Oh, they're Karuga Jeskai? Sure. Oh, I'm an idiot. I needed the red mana. I needed the red mana for fires. Oh, I'm dumb. Let's just do this. Too consumed with hiding the fact we had red mana. Okay, so it's a fairy bounce fires here.
I know my responsibility. I've got it.
I hit their land. So I can take the fairy off the battlefield. Which would probably just do that. Save this Chandra for the following turn. If they don't have fires, I don't want the instant speed stuff going on. But basically what we would do next turn, if they have fires, they probably drop. Okay, so they go Conquer's Death here. So based on that, I think I just go Chandra this turn and start getting the clock going. They're 2 turns away from an agent if they're to have one. Gonna play this out now. This will cost 7 next turn, but I can exile the Conquer's Death so they don't get their Teferi back or their agent.
I know 88 ways hone your prowess.
I'm just gonna try to put as many emblems as I can on them. Because then this Yidaro just comes down, smacks him upside the face. So I'm doing this first, so I know what I need to do. So don't want him to get agent.
Is it just me, or is
And
it getting
we'll
a
just
little
play out our
warm in
lines. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 mana. So I could just Doom Inevitable, put 8 points of damage on them. But because they got fires, I'm probably gonna Yorion bounce my Conquer's Death. Yeah, so I'm gonna Chandra minus, exile the Cavalier, Yorion blink, reset, and then take care. And they got rid of the Shatter, which is actually pretty good. They also got rid of Mystical Dispute. They might have another in hand. rid of that. That goes to exile. Cast Yorion. Just reset these.
I'm sorry.
Let's play out the lands. Okay, so this game, our deck's doing much better.
Let's make this quick. I've got other things to burn.
So 3 damage here. Exile you.
I was not prepared for this.
Probably should have done to the face, to be honest. Next turn I put another Chandra emblem on them and then just attack in. So this game we've drawn a lot of lands but been able to kind of value out here.
Compassion and understanding above all else.
Okay, that's probably
Strike with the
killing
kind of mind.
Narset or Chandra. Doesn't matter because I have 8, 12 plus the emblems, so they're dead. It's Godzilla! Make sure we don't cycle like an idiot. And they're dead on upkeep. So versus fires, I want the Agonizing Remorse, the Devout Decrees. The Sparks are also good. Omen of the Forge is bad. Kroxa's fine. Kaya's pretty lackluster in this matchup. Liliana's pretty bad. And the Clarions. Run it like this. I want to keep these to fetch with Karn. They did miss like a land drop last game, so we'll see how this plays out. They might bring in like, so we'll see. We took out the Clarions, but they might have brought in the Goblin that makes tokens. Like we still have Othakaya. I'll keep this hand. I potentially have fires into double Elspeth Conquers Death, which seems more than reasonable. This Yidaro is just going to cycle this turn. Or let's Golden Egg this turn. Whew! Whew! Let's just Ruinous Blast a fool. So, Teferi's kind of annoying this turn. Okay, just a tap land. Budget deck. That was a fantastic draw. Take their fires if they have it. Yeah, their hand's pretty aggressive color. So would like another play for next turn with fires. Something like an Omen, anything of that nature would be good. Oh, they drew their Teferi.
I can no longer stand by and watch.
Minus, minus, minus. You gonna minus on my egg?
That's more like it.
Thank you. I would love to get a free draw. So this is good now that we can cycle this, so I can put this into play tapped, cycle, and then I have Elspeth Conquers Death to get rid of Teferi. Just probably just make a big shark. Oh, you know what? I should have shocked that in because then I could have cycled and done that. Could have had 2 draws.
I really should have seen that coming.
Let's just pass the turn. They just make a 3/3 here is my guess. Nope, they just cycle. We're in a pretty good spot because I have a Conqueror's Death in hand. So even if they go fires into something big, I can Conqueror's Death one of them and then Yorion blink both Conqueror's Deaths. The spark. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't really have much to play out this turn. Cycle Yidaro. I'm not guaranteed like a land either next turn, so okay, that's actually good. X4. I have the Kaya's Wrath, so I'm not too concerned. I would love to take your Cavalier. I have one more spell for the turn, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just Kaya's Wrath, clean up the board. So we're in a pretty good spot here. Just need a clock. Probably just going to play this out next turn. They go Karuga. Scry down. So this is actually good because they're going to be making up their mind not knowing we have another Conqueror's Death. If we draw a land, then I just Ruinous Ult. So this turn's going to be Conqueror's Death, exile you, and then we get to draw a card off this. So normally you can bounce your fires if you have another play, but you don't really have anything else in hand. Alright, well, they're getting Ultimatum next turn. Oh, they're digging. Cycle here. Might be inclined to Kaya's Wrath. I got Teferi. They bounce here.
I'm known for my excellent timing. Don't worry, I got this.
I think we just take Teferi off the battlefield here. I have this to spark versus any other big things. It lets me play it at instant speed. And then as long as we're controlling the board now, I think we're fine. Okay, Narset.
I have practiced against many foes like you. I have just the trick for this.
Conqueror's Death is annoying. So that's going to get rid of my Yorion next turn. Birth isn't exactly what we want. Watch, I'm an idiot. We have fires out. I can't instant speed it.
won't forget our time together.
So I'll go Conquer's Death. I imagine on Yorion. Just need a win condition. Got Yidaro, got Chandra, so there's 10% of hitting one of those. Ugin, that's 12%. Karn can go get us a big Stone Coil Serpent. We have Kroxas, which we can start disparking. So there's quite a bit of action in the hand. And we have a plan to basically control whatever they're putting out. Got enough to get back Kroxa too. Some Trinomes can also be cycled. Sure. Absolutely. Thank you. I have all the mana in the world that I need, and I'm obviously just reactionary. Proliferate. So, just exile that now. So what they want to put it on Saga 2, so then next turn on their upkeep they can go to Saga 3 and get back something. Golden Egg's not a bad draw. Lets me cycle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our mana off. Gonna hold it for next turn. I want to play it out as a creature. And that's 12 damage coming through. Okay, shatter. Kroxa would be very good right now. I can eat away at their hand. Well, I'm drawing all my big stuff. So this puts them on a 2-turn clock. And then basically, if they play out anything, so anything except Conquer's Death, we're good with. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Because I just Ruinous Ultimatum them, then attacking for 8. Seven mana, kill your token. Sick. Alright, we did the thing. So card advantage in the deck seems a little lackluster. The one thing we might want to consider... Like, I don't think I want a Luca package. Is there an artifact that draws cards? Whenever you discard a card, draw a card, then discard. So that can be used with fires. This is a commander. As the page counter, whenever a commander enters the battlefield or attacks, so it doesn't really work. We could go Bag of Holding. We don't normally have a creature of power 4 or greater, so that's not that good. Whenever you cast a multicolor spell, draw a card. But it is still 5 mana. Sleeper Dart. Just another cycling effect. So Actually not bad against big stuff, but I think we just kind of keep it like this. So that's pretty much the deck. I'm going to wrap this one up. So this is Mardu control, Mardu stack style. May want to experiment, maybe taking out Fires, going Doom Foretold, and trying that out, see if it works any better. But there's usually a lot of value with Fires, just being able to cycle through stuff like that. Actually, let me see if there's any other cycle effects that would be relevant. Like we don't want to go Zenith Flare. What's this? If a cycling ability, okay, so you basically exile. It's not that good. Cycle for 3 is not worth it. You're a payoff. Yeah, there's not really too many good effects. Like we can cycle for 2 here for a 3/3, but that's not that good anyways. Like Yidaro being a win condition while cycling. Like you don't get stuff like Shark Typhoon, which is really good. Even if this was playable on our colors, just another big threat once we kind of go late game would be relevant. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Gonna wrap this one up. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Have yourself a great afternoon or day, depending where you are in the world, and stay safe out there. Thanks for watching.